Hello and welcome. You are now looking at an account with ChatGPT that is enabled with the paid version. And if you go to your account area, there are a number of elements that you'll want to pay attention to as you determine how you want to use ChatGPT for your business or your organization. As of the recording of this video, in the account area, you're going to see 4 different tabs. The first tab you're going to see is going to be My Plan. And this is where you can determine if and how you're going to upgrade your plan. You can upgrade to a Plus account, or you can also have a team account, which allows you to work together with another individual that may be part of your organization. This will allow you to share GPTs within your workspace, as well as to have higher message caps inside of ChatGPT. Now, with a paid account, if you go to your drop-down menu here at the top, you're going to notice here that if you hover over the most recent version, you're going to see that you have access to DALL, which is an image creator, web browsing, and then analysis. DALL will allow you to, with a prompt, write and create images. Browsing means you'll get up-to-date information, and analysis is visible when you switch to this higher version. You're going to see that you have an area here where you can attach a file and then upload that file to ChatGPT for analysis. So basically, the paid or plus account gives you access to tools to use with ChatGPT that you would not have otherwise if you were going to use the free version. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now, with the ChatGPT Plus account, one element that will affect your prompting will be your custom instructions. And if you click on this area that says Custom Instructions, when you click on your profile, you will be able to program ChatGPT for every prompt that you generate. We're going to click on Custom Instructions. You're going to see 2 areas, and each of those areas have 1,500 characters that you can write in. The first set of instructions, basically what you're going to do is you're going to give ChatGPT the opportunity to know what it is that you're going to be discussing in this conversation. And if you want examples, you can hover over this area and ChatGPT will then give you a link where you can see exact examples of custom instructions. But it's a good idea to write your custom instructions so that you can determine how ChatGPT will respond to your custom instructions. And once you complete your custom instructions, we're going to keep this enabled for new chats. We're going to click Save. We're going to write in a sample prompt. We're going to click Enter. Now, assuming that we choose to use the custom instructions that we have here for new chats, and we make sure that the custom instructions are saved for new chats, what you'll see here is when you start a new chat and you open up a new window, what you're going to find is that ChatGPT understands the context. And so basically by using custom instructions, you have created a new context. So what we're going to do here is we're going to ask ChatGPT if it knows the context for this conversation. And if we click enter, what you're going to see is that ChatGPT knows the context that we created with custom instructions. Now, if we can go back to custom instructions, if we click on custom instructions and we disable it for new chats, and then we save it, what we'll do is we will open up a new conversation and we will write in the same question. And we will then click enter. And what you're going to see is that ChatGPT no longer knows the context or the conversation. So basically, when we use custom instructions, we can dictate the context for our conversations until we decide to change it. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. When we create a conversation, you're typically going to see all of this information on the left side menu. It's a good idea to name the chat something memorable so that you'll be able to come back to it if you need to return to that context and to return to the information you have already generated. And you can do that on the left side menu by going to these three ellipses. You can click on Rename. And basically, what you can do then is you can rename the chat so you know what it is in order to come back to it. Once you've written in your new title, if you just click on the area, you'll see that it is then saved. You can also save the link to that chat. You can go to this More tab, and basically you can click this link that says Share. This will give you a link. What you can then do is to copy this link, and you can place it in an area where you are archiving your links. This will give you access to this specific conversation in ChatGPT whenever you want. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. If you are using the ChatGPT Plus account, you're going to see an element here on the left side menu that says Explore GPTs. If you click this element, you're going to see GPTs open up. GPTs are specially programmed elements of ChatGPT made by individuals and companies for you to experience ChatGPT in specific ways. And so if you have a specific need in order to use ChatGPT, you can write that need in with some keyword and you can determine if there's a GPT available. And you'll typically see that there's going to be several elements made available by individuals. In some cases, the GPT may not fit your need totally, but one of the ways you can tell if individuals are using the GPT by looking at the chat bubble, and you'll be able to see how many chats have taken place using that specific GPT. So for example, if you type in the word diagrams, you'll see all the GPTs available to help you to create diagrams. You'll then be able to look to the number of people that have used the GPT. And so in some cases, you'll see the GPTs listed by some kind of keyword. But again, if you have a specific use for ChatGPT, it may be beneficial to go to the GPT section to search for what you want to do with ChatGPT and then to determine if someone has programmed a GPT for that use. For example, you'll see a specific GPT here. We can type in our query for the GPT. Typically, the GPT is then programmed to ask you specific questions. You will interact with the GPT according to its parameters. The GPT will go about the process of trying to accommodate your request. And so you will see the element has been completed. So again, interacting with the GPTs allow you to go to ChatGPT for a specific use case, and then in some cases, either a programmer or a company has made available their application of ChatGPT for you to be able to use it in that way. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now, if you have access to GPTs through your ChatGPT Plus account, you can also create and program your own GPTs for your own specific use case for ChatGPT. To do that, you can go to your GPTs area where it says Explore GPTs. You can then click this button that says Create a GPT. You will then go through a process with a GPT Builder wizard. And basically, this process allows you to answer the questions of ChatGPT to create your own use case for ChatGPT. You will then have your own specific use cases for ChatGPT to use it in specific ways. With your GPT, you can go to the edit pencil once it has been completed. You can go to these ellipses and you can click on copy link. You can then make the link to your GPT available to other individuals that may want to use it, or you can make it available for a specific business use case. You can also go to this area where the button says Save and click the drop-down menu. And you'll see here that you have some publication options. You can publish it so it's only available to you. You can publish it to anyone with a link, or you can make it publicly available inside of the GPT search area. So you can create your own specific GPTs. You can make it available just to yourself, or you can make it available to the public or with anyone with a link for your specific use. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. If you are inside of your ChatGPT Plus account and you are inside of the latest version of ChatGPT, whatever that is, when you are watching this video, you will also have access to DALL, which is the image creation platform. If you go to the dialog box inside the latest version, you can type in a prompt for the kind of images that you want to create, and then ChatGPT will use DALL in order to meet your specifications for an image. Once you have your request, you can then enter it direct into the ChatGPT dialog box. ChatGPT will then interact with DALL inside of the engine, and it will then attempt to create the image that you specify. You can then make alterations to the image and ask for another image based on specific parameters that you want. And once we make our additional requests, we'll then click enter, and then ChatGPT will then attempt to make the alterations to the image that we have specified. So as you can see, you can work within a ChatGPT conversation, and you can attempt to create images in the way in which you want. You can combine this with having your custom instructions set the way you want them so that the images will be created within the context that you specify. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video.